All right, our last problem, number 6. Nutritionist claims that the average daily sugar intake of adults is 90 grams. To test this claim, a researcher randomly samples n equals 20 adults and finds a sample mean of x bar equals 84 grams with a sample standard deviation of 12 grams. At a significance level of alpha equals 0.05, test whether the true mean daily sugar intake differs from 90 grams. So we've only got one sample in this case, and they've given us a sample standard deviation for the mean. So this is going to be a one sample t-test, and I don't have a whole lot of room to write that here. One sample t-test. And again, I know it's a t-test because they gave me a sample standard deviation instead of a population standard deviation. In terms of the calculator, this is just going to be the regular t-test. So this will be at the top of the choices. It's like the second one down. So what are the null and alternative hypotheses for this example? We're going to say that the mean is equal to what they claim it is, 90 grams. And the alternative, they just said, is it different from 90 grams? So we're going to say not equal to 90. Okay, so again, notice the difference in how we set these up. When it's a one sample t-test or z-test, we've got the mu is equal to some number. When we're doing a two sample, we're setting the mu1 equal to the mu2 or greater than or equal to or less than or equal to. And so whenever you got a number in there, we know that's going to be a one sample, either t-test or z-test. Test statistic, again, we said this one's going to be a t, and we're going to go find our p. So for the calculator, we're going to go find that t-test. So you're going to hit your stat button. You're going to arrow over to test, and you're going to go down to choice 2, just the regular t-test, and hit enter. They did not give us a list of data, so we're going to hit stats. And then for the mean, you're going to enter 90. For the sample mean, you're going to enter 84. And for the sample standard deviation, you're going to enter 12. And for sample size, the n is 20. And we've got a not equal to sign in our alternative hypothesis. So you're going to choose the first choice and then arrow to calculate. That's giving us a t-value of negative 2.24 and a p-value of 0.0375. So we're comparing this p-value to 0.05. So this one's 5 pennies, and this one is closer to 4 pennies. So our p-value is smaller in this case. So p-value is smaller than our alpha value. If your p-value is low, the null must go. So we're going to reject our null hypothesis. And so if we reject our null hypothesis, there is sufficient evidence to conclude and this one was at the 5% level. And then we go look at our alternative hypothesis that the mean sugar intake, or the true mean sugar intake, is different from 90 grams. So again, whenever we're trying to figure out what we're going to write, when we say to suggest what, go up to your alternative hypothesis, and we're saying it's different than 90 grams. All right, that was our last one.